Hello, world. Hope everyone's having an amazing day so far. I just wanted to come on and talk about the shift and the conscious shift that's happening with humanity, happening with the planet. And it is a great time to be alive because we are on the precipice of a revolution, a conscious revolution, where a lot of us are waking up and realizing what we do not deserve and also realizing what does not serve us, which is a lot of things in society right now, which is a lot of things that the government tries to feed us. A lot of these things do not serve us at all. And we're starting to wake up and realizing that we don't need to ask gatekeepers for change. We don't need to vote for laws for change. We're realizing that that's not getting us anywhere. We're in this new dynamic, and you're going to start seeing this in this year and the upcoming years, where we're done voting for change, we're done asking for change, and we're in a state where we're taking actions to change the planet, to change situations for the better, for a more positive future for us as individuals, for our kids, and also for just humanity in general. And you are going to start seeing this more and more as the energy increases because we're not going back. There's no going back to old vibrations. There's no going back to being manipulated. Once you're waking up, and people are waking up at an alarming rate. And what's funny is that the same tactics that have kept us manipulated, that have kept us oppressed, are not working no more. They're not working no longer. So they are actually doing the opposite of what they're intended to be doing. They're actually waking people up. They're showing people through the illusion and through the lies and manipulation and all the deceitful energies that are currently running things, that are currently dictating circumstances. Understand that this is temporary. This is on the way, on the comeback of fixing and realigning with humanity, the betterment for humanity, as well as the betterment for us as individuals. So the reason why you might be going through a lot of shifting, a lot of changing, is because of this energy shift. The universe wants you to be in alignment with your energy, wants you to be in alignment with your divinity, wants you to reclaim your power so you can be a part of this revolution, a part of this shift, this conscious shift that is happening on the planet. And this is happening regardless if you're on board or if you're fighting it, resisting it. And you find that if you are resisting these things, if you're refusing to look at your shadow, you're refusing to look at your fear, you're refusing to surrender control, you are going to have a really bad time. You might have been having a bad last couple of years because of this unwilling to change or evolve or shift. And, for everyone who is waking up, know that you are not alone. Know that things are shifting and changing, and know that it's going to get harder before it gets easier. A lot of things got to get mixed up and shifted up and changed, and it's going to look very bad for a lot of people, but it's only temporary. It's a necessary part of this shift. That's this planetary shift that we're going through. And we need to change a lot of things. The planet needs to shift a lot of things. Our consciousness is currently shifting. And when that happens, a lot of things get in the way of that. So it causes friction in life. It causes friction with the powers and the old laws, as far as the old way of thinking, the old way of consciousness is trying to integrate with the new way. And the only way for the new way to come in is to get rid of the old dynamic. And this is designed a certain way to make it really hard for this shift to happen. And when I mean design, I mean the government, society is designed a certain way to keep us away from our divinity, keep our power out of our control and into somebody else's control. That's why we give our power to the president, or we vote for a change. The new energies of the future is going to be done with voting, going to be done for asking for change. And you're going to start seeing this. You might already start seeing this with your kids. You might already start seeing this with high schoolers and even the grades below. Because this is how the world is shifting. It's going to happen. This is happening regardless if you're on board with it or you want it, or, it's all about surrendering to this shift and knowing that it's not better. It's not just for the betterment of yourself as an individual, but the betterment for humanity as a whole. And the people who are resisting this are going to suffer the most. I hate to say it, but that's really what it is. They're going to internally suffer the most and externally suffer the most because they are unwilling to be in alignment with the new conscious energy and the new universal energy that is coming in. Because things need to get healed. Things need to become better. You need to retrieve your power again. You need to step into your divinity again. The universe knows this. You might not know this, but you do need to step into your power. So it's going to push you into these directions. It's going to push you into bettering your life. It's going to push you into getting rid of all the negative out of your life, all the toxicity, and cleansing yourself so you're able to be of service to the planet and the planetary shift that is happening. Be of service to your neighbors, to your friends, to everyone. So we can make this change together, because ultimately we have to be in alignment at some level together. And not everyone's going to be on board with this, but enough people will, where you're going to start seeing real change in the dynamic of how we think or how we navigate in our future. And I just wanted to come on here and talk about this thing because I feel like this is very important. And we are on the precipice of a revolution, a conscious revolution, a spiritual revolution, where we're starting to realize what does not serve us. And we're done making compromises with things that don't serve us. So that's why a lot of things that don't serve us are not working no more. A lot of the structures in society or in the government that do not serve us are starting to crumble, starting to collapse for a reason. They were not stable to begin with. And now we're realizing this. A lot of us are, not all of us. Some people are still going to be on the side of fear, of control, of manipulation, and that's completely fine because it's going to work out the way it's supposed to for them. I mean, they're going to have to choose for themselves if they're going to be on the new energetic wave field or the old energetic wave field. And if they're on the old energetic wave field, they're going to have a really bad time. They're going to get depressed. They're going to, I'm not even going to get into all the things that they're going to experience and have difficulties with if they're unwilling to surrender control and unwilling to be on a more positive vibration, a higher vibrational mind frequency, mindset. But ultimately, that's where we're going as a planet. So don't believe everything you see in the media, everything that's portrayed in the media. Also, don't believe what everyone is talking about, because your journey is going to be yours alone. So are you waking up? Are you dealing with your shadow work? Are you overcoming your fears, your insecurities, the things that take you and divide you from your neighbor or make you hate me rather than us come together and love each other and love our experience? Because this is really what's coming up for a lot of people. So if you are on the right side of this thing, just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let other people distract you from what you are contributing. And you might think that you're not contributing a lot, but you are. The fact that you're even waking up, you're realizing that things need to change, that the way that the system's built right now does not serve humanity or serve you as an individual. These are the first steps to having a conscious shift, and that's what we're going through. So if your friends aren't on it with you, or if your family's not on it with you, don't worry about it. Because in the future, they will either be on it with you or they will be having a really difficult time, a really difficult experience in their life, because we are shifting. It's time for us to take our power back. It's time for us to be in alignment with what our future needs and what the planet needs and what our kids and the future generations need. We're done making excuses. We're done making compromises. We're done voting for change. It's all about taking action and making change. You're seeing this every day. You're seeing people actually take action and take change. They're not asking anyone for this change. They're just doing it. We're done asking. That's the old dynamic of asking, giving up our power, surrendering our power to somebody else who thinks, who we believe has our best interest at heart. We're realizing that they don't have our interest at heart. They have self-interests and self-goals in agendas on their mind, and it's up to us to change the dynamic and take our power back so we're able to take control of our lives, take control of our planet, and take control of the shift of humanity, and deciding if we want that to be a negative future or a higher vibrational future or a lower vibrational future. It's all in our hands, but I honestly know that the planet's already shifting to a higher frequency. So, in a hence, humans are going to shift to a higher frequency. And the people who are unwilling to do that are going to have a really bad time. And they might not even be there to see the change, see the shift, because they're unwilling to surrender their fears, unwilling to surrender control. But that's all I really want to say. I kind of went on a tangent, but I feel great about the energy of the future. I feel great about the shift that's happening. And if you feel great, feel great. Allow this shift to change you, upgrade you, elevate you, inspire you, and propel you into a better future. And if you're having a really hard time with this shift, just keep doing your work. Don't make it somebody else's job. Don't make it somebody else's just don't make it somebody else's job. And that's all I gotta say. But for everyone who's having a good time, have a good time. Experience life. Change circumstances in your life. Take your power back. Don't give it to somebody else. Don't ask for change. Don't expect change to just happen. You have to make it happen. And when you get in communities, you'll realize that a lot of these communities are wanting the same things. They just have a different way of expressing it or a different perception on what that looks like. But know that we are all ultimately coming together to make a better future. I love you all, and I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.